Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Find Your Myth podcast. This is Episode.1, Unveiling Your Personal Myth, Insights from Joseph Campbell and Carl Jung. This podcast, we're going to delve into the enchanting world of myths and their impacts on personal lives. I'm your host, Thomas. Today, we're embarking on a journey of self-discovery, drawing insights from the works of the renowned philosopher and mythologist Joseph Campbell and the legendary psychologist Carl Jung. Let's uncover the secrets of your personal myth. Why I started this podcast. In an era where the allure of modernity often overshadows our rich cultural heritage, I launched Find Your Myth, a podcast dedicated to rekindling our connection with the ancient narratives that help shape human civilization. Today, as we navigate a world increasingly detached from old traditions, ancient stories, and religious myths, the need to reconnect with these timeless tales has never been more pressing. Reviving lost wisdom. Society's gradual move away from ancient traditions and myths has led to a disconnect with the profound wisdom embedded in these stories. Myths are not mere fables. They are repositories of deep truths and collective experiences of humanity. Through Find Your Myth, I aim to bridge this gap, bringing to light the forgotten stories that have guided generations. Myths provide storytelling with timeless truths. The art of storytelling in ancient myths is unparalleled. These narratives are rich in symbolism, metaphor, and hold with them timeless truths that remain relevant to our modern life. By exploring these myths, Find Your Myth doesn't just recount tales, it unravels the layers of meaning that can help us understand and relate to our own life's journey. Myths helps us learn from the past. One of the most significant virtues of myths is their ability to teach us about the tragic mistakes of the past. They serve as cautionary tales, offering insights into the human psyche and the consequence of our actions. This podcast is an endeavor to learn more from these narratives, ensuring that these lessons they hold are not lost in the annals of history, but are used to guide our present and future. Myths provide strengths and visions for our tough times. In times of hardship and uncertainty, myths can be a source of strength and vision. They tell us stories of heroes who persevered through impossible odds, of civilizations that rose from ashes, and of the human spirit's indomitable will. Find Your Myth aims to harness these stories to inspire and empower our listeners, providing a beacon of hope and resilience in challenging times. Myths connecting us with the transcendent. Lastly, myths offer us a connection to the transcendent, to something greater than ourselves. They delve into themes of density, morality, and the human condition, offering a glimpse into the mysteries of existence. By re-exploring these ancient myths, Find Your Myth provides a space for listeners to engage with these profound ideas, fostering a sense of connection with the larger tapestry of human experience. Find Your Myth is more than just a podcast. It's a journey back to our roots, a quest to rediscover the wisdom of our ancestors. It's an invitation to explore the depths of human imagination and experience, to learn from our past, and to find guidance and inspiration for our future. Join me in this endeavor, and together let's uncover the myths that have shaped us. They hold the keys to understanding our world and ourselves. The essence of myths in our lives. Myths are not just ancient tales, they are narratives that shape our understanding of the world. Joseph Campbell, a prominent figure in the realm of mythology, emphasizes that myths guide our perceptions and actions. They are deeply rooted in our individual and collective psyche. Joseph Campbell, an American mythologist, writer, and lecturer, is best known for his work in comparative mythology and comparative religion. His book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, published in 1949, introduced the concept of the hero's journey, also known as the monomyth. Campbell studied myths from various cultures and discovered they all share a fundamental structure, which he outlined in his journey. The hero's journey is a narrative pattern that appears in storytelling, myth, religious rituals, and psychological development. Think of Star Wars, for example. George Lucas was very influenced by that book by Joseph Campbell. It describes a typical adventure of the archetype known as the hero, someone who goes out, achieves great deeds on behalf of the group, tribe, or civilization. Now let's break that down. Let's break down the stages of the hero's journey. Campbell described it as having three main parts: a departure, an initiation, and a return. Departure, or the call to adventure. Here, the hero starts in the ordinary world and receives a call to enter an unknown world of strange powers and events. The hero who accepts the call to enter the strange world must face tasks and trials either alone or with assistance. Number 2, initiation. In this stage, the hero encounters a series of challenges or trials. Overcoming these hurdles, the hero often receives help from allies. As the hero moves deeper into this journey, they may encounter a supreme ordeal where they must undergo a significant challenge or death and rebirth experience. This often leads to the hero gaining a reward or boon. Number 3, return. After the hero has achieved the goal or boon, they must return to the ordinary world with their reward. They may face more challenges on the return journey. Finally, the hero returns home or continues the journey, bearing some element of the treasure that has the power to transform the world as the hero has been transformed. The hero's journey is not just a tool for understanding myths, it's a metaphor for challenges we face in our lives, our resilience in overcoming them, and the wisdom we gain through our experiences. Think about your own life's journey. Have you encountered moments that resonate with the hero's journey? What have been your trials, your ideas, and what treasures in terms of knowledge, strength, or personal growth have you brought back? Another person that we would like to look at today is Carl Jung in the archetypes in the collective unconscious. Carl Jung introduced the idea of the collective unconscious in archetypes. These universal symbolic patterns exist across cultures and time and are embedded in the human psyche. Understanding these archetypes can be a key to discovering your own personal myth. Carl Gustav Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, introduced the concept of archetypes as a crucial element of the human psyche. He believed that archetypes are universal, archaic symbols and images that derive from the collective unconscious. This collective unconscious, according to Jung, is part of the unconscious mind that is shared among beings of the same species and is the repository of all the religious, spiritual, and mythological symbols and experiences. Now let's delve into some of the most prominent archetypes identified by Jung. First up, the persona. The persona is the mask we wear in our society, the part of ourselves we present to the world. It's our social personality, but it's not the true self. Rather, it's a compromise between who we truly are and what society expects us to be. Next, we have the shadow. This is perhaps one of the most complex archetypes. It represents the darker, unconscious part of ourselves, the aspect we may not want to acknowledge. It's made up of repressed ideas, weaknesses, desires, instincts, and shortcomings. But embracing our shadow can lead to profound self-awareness and growth. The anima and the animus are fascinating concepts presenting the feminine and masculine energies within us, according to Carl Jung. The anima is the feminine aspect present in the collective unconscious of men, and the animus is the masculine aspect in women. According to Jung, recognizing and integrating these aspects is key to personal development and balance. The self is this archetype of the wholeness and the unification of the conscious and unconscious minds, according to Jung. It's part of us striving for unity, balance, and harmony. The journey to realizing the self is essentially what Jung viewed as the process of individuation, becoming an individual, a fully integrated being. Now let's dive into further the 12 archetypes by definition. Carl Jung's theory of archetypes presents a series of universal and archaic patterns and images that derive from the collective unconscious. While Jung himself did not explicitly list out the 12 archetypes, his work laid the foundation for later interpretations and expansions of these ideas. The following are 12 commonly recognized archetypes based on Jungian psychology, often used in various fields, including branding, literature, and character analysis. We're going to start with the good side. The innocent. Number 1, the innocent often embodies optimism and goodness, desiring safety and happiness. The innocent seeks to do no wrong and aims for simplicity and trust. The second is the orphan, a regular person, seeks connection and belonging, often empathetic, down to earth, values equality, They fear being left out or standing out from the crowd. The hero, motivated by bravery and desire for triumph, the hero confronts challenges head on and seeks to overcome obstacles. Number 4, the caregiver, altruistic and compassionate. The caregiver is motivated by desire to help others and make a difference. The explorer values freedom and discovery. The explorer is adventurous, always seeking new experiences and self-discovery. The rebel questions authority and breaks the rules. The rebel is disruptive and seeks revolution, often standing against the status quo. The lover, passionate and committed, seeking connection and intimacy. The lover prioritizes relationships and strives for pleasure and sensuality. Number 8, the creator, imaginative and visionary. The creator is driven to create things of enduring value and to express themselves. Number 9, the jester, values joy, fun, and lightheartedness. The jester seeks to enjoy life and to bring happiness to others, often through humor. The sage, number 10, seeking truth and understanding. The sage values wisdom and knowledge, often acting as a guide or advisor. Number 11, magician. Charismatic and influential, the magician seeks to create change and transform situations, focusing on visions and possibilities. Finally, number 12, the ruler craves control and order, seeking to create a prosperous and successful community. The ruler is often a leader or a figure of authority. Now, there's another type of archetype, which is called the shadow archetypes, and they emerge from Carl Jung's idea of the shadow, representing the parts of ourselves that we deny or reject. While Jung did not himself specifically outline the 12 shadow archetypes, this notion has been expanded by others who have explored the darker aspects of the original archetypes. These shadow archetypes represent the negative or potentially destructive aspects of the corresponding positive archetypes. Number 1, the egoist, shadow of the innocent. Naive or overly optimistic, they may avoid facing reality and fail to learn from their expectations. The cynic, the shadow of the orphan, regular person, feels victimized or persecuted, possibly becoming bitter or overly skeptical. Number 3, the coward, shadow of the hero, overcompensates for feelings or of inadequacy or fear, possibly by retreating from challenges or avoiding risk. The martyr, shadow of the caregiver, overly sacrificing, they may allow others to become dependent on them or might use their nurturing nature for manipulation. The aimless wanderer, number 5, shadow of the explorer, never content, always seeking, but never finding, potentially leading to perpetual dissatisfaction or escapism. Number 6, the destroyer, shadow of the rebel. Rebels without a cause, they may engage in destructive behavior, oppose just for the sake of opposition, or fail to stand for positive change. Number 7, the obsessive, shadow of the lover. Overly focused on relationships or approval, they may lose their own identity or become jealous and possessive. The perfectionist, shadow of the creator. Obsessed with perfection and control, they may be unable to create anything truly original or authentic due to fear of imperfection. The prankster, shadow of the jester, uses humor or charm to manipulate or avoid seriousness. They may be irresponsible or insensitive to others' feelings. Number 10, the dogmatist, shadow of the sage, becomes overly consumed with theories or knowledge, possibly becoming judgmental or disconnected from practical realities. Number 11, the shadow of the magician, uses knowledge or skill to deceive for personal gain. They may become untrustworthy or unethical. Number 12, the tyrant, shadow of the ruler, overly controlling. They may become oppressive, abusive, or corrupt in their quest for power and dominance. Jung's theories of archetypes suggest that these symbols and themes are not just in contracts of the mind, but are embedded in our very being. resonating through our collective history and culture. It's a journey into understanding the deeper aspects of ourselves and our connection to the universal human experience. I invite you to reflect on these archetypes in your own life. How do they manifest in your dreams, your choices, your personal journey? Understanding Jung's archetypes can be a key to unlocking a deeper understanding of ourselves and the collective human psyche. Embarking on this journey requires introspection. It's about identifying the recurring themes in your life and the stories you find yourself living. Are you on a hero's journey, undergoing transformation, or discovering something new about yourself? Some practical steps towards uncovering your myth. A practical way to start is by reflecting on a pivotal moment in your life. What archetypal themes were present? Was it a battle? Was it a quest for knowledge or a rite of passage? Writing down these reflections can be incredibly revealing. Embracing your personal myth. Your personal myth isn't just a story about you. It's the story you live through. It evolves and grows with you. Understanding your myth can be a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges and understanding your place in the world. As we conclude our first episode, remember that your life is a rich tapestry of myths and symbols waiting to be explored and understood. Thank you for joining us on your Find Your Myth podcast. Until next time, keep delving into the myths that shape your world. Please follow and continue to look forward to additional podcasts coming out. Thank you.